Hello everyone, my name is Sang-woo Park, Director of Fishing Community and Port Department in Korean Maritime Institute. KMI is a government-funded institute established under the Prime Minister's Office to contribute to the formulation of national policy in maritime and fishery affairs to boost the national economy. It is my pleasure to have a chance to meet you through the video lecture today. Today's video lecture, I am going to talk to you regarding the policy of fishing port development and good practice in Korea. Contents are as follows. Firstly, status of fishing port in Korea. Secondly, policy of fishing port. Thirdly, good practice. Lastly, fishing port new development strategy. There are 2,029 fishing ports along the coast. 1,023 fishing ports are publicly notified and others are not. According to Fishing Community and Fishing Port Law, publicly notified fishing ports are classified 4 different kinds, which are state-owned fishing port, local fishing port located in fishing community, and village joint use fishing port. Especially 113 fishing ports are mainly supporting fishery activity and linked to other remote areas. This slide shows you certain state-owned fishing ports which are taken aerial photos in 2017. Typical fishing port community in Korea, it appears fishing port and village where is behind. For example, Anung Fishing Port is conducting a representative fishing support port in West Sea. On the other hand, Susan Fishing Port in East Sea is shifting to marine leisure activity is environmental circumstance. Also, Dangojin, where is adjacent to urban context, is a major contributor to not only fishery support, but also promotion leisure activity for people. There are 1,276 small-scale fishing ports along the coast. Those small-scale fishing ports aim to support many fishing port safety boats, not fishery-based, and marine leisure activity. Therefore, the infrastructure of small-scale fishing ports are very poor conditions. Especially under circumstance of typhoon and tidal wave, most fishing boats move to another port, which are keep wave companies on lift to land. From now on, we will look at current address and status of 113 state-owned fishing ports, which are invest government budget with the national level. Therefore, most state-owned fishing ports are excellent conditions. Firstly, 15,000 fishing vessels, which is 24% of total in Korea, use state-owned fishing port. A few state-owned fishing ports where are located in island use small number of vessels. Nevertheless, Ministry of Fishery Affairs directly invests at least $42 million each port, even if it is located in less favored area. Secondly, fishing boats are unloaded 400,000 tons, which was 44% of total catch in state-owned fishing port. A certain fishing port where is good accessibility and proximity to fishery consumption site, lots of fishing vessels tend to concentrate on loading itself. Thirdly, 7.9 million passengers, which was 55% of total, are using state-owned fishing port. Especially state-owned fishing ports are running very important role role to link approximately 380 inhabited islands. Lastly, according to Mobile Floating Population Assessment, about 18 million people visit state-owned fishing port since 2015. The purpose of people visiting fishing ports are fishing buying and consumption, scenery appreciation, marine leisure activity, and so on. This slide shows you the public function of fishing port. Fishing port is carrying out not only fisheries support base, but regional maintenance, protecting urban marine territory, supporting people's life and property under marine disaster, and supplying marine leisure activity. According to formal research results, the value of protecting marine territory and supporting people's life and property for fishing port is assessed about $578 million every year. I really want to emphasize you the meaning of fishing port development has not only economic perspective, but also social value as a public function too. 113 state-owned fishing ports have a big shift in terms of fishery resource decrease and shifting to rapid aquaculture in West and South Sea in Korea. And major axis of fishing ground has changed from East Sea to others. On the other hand, Ministry of Fishery Affairs prepare measures to promote fishing community economics and land value on the process of fishing port development. As I mentioned before, state-owned fishing ports appear about 18 million people visit every year. According to Mobile Floating Population from 2015 to 2020, the number of visitors in fishing ports are gradually increased. It is peaked to 87 million people in 2020. Surprisingly, the number of visits to fishing ports increased even effect to COVID-19. It could be considered the demand of outdoor activity fly into position in fishing port, which is quite easy keeping social distance during the pandemic. Especially among the state-owned fishing ports, such as Sore, Jukbyeon, and Jeongja, are mainly affected to attraction and proximity to urban area. State-owned fishing ports are major hard point for leisure fishing boat. According to Fishing Vessel Monitoring Big Data result, fishing leisure boats and tourists use them up to 100 in West Sea and South Sea, and 800,000 respectively. Especially Urban Fisherman, which is one of the TV programs, have a spotlight. People are interested in leisure fishing. Fishing port, where it's concentrated a number of fishing leisure boats, seems to restrict accessibility to urban and abundant fishery resource. From now on, I will introduce you the change of fishing port policy and district in Korea. The policy of fishing port in Korea, MOP, establish fishing port development strategy plan every 5 years. With this master plan, MOP, local government, and private investor carry out fishing port development. Before 2013, government focused on infrastructure expansion for safety berths and surrounding fishery bays. After 2013, it could be divided into specialized development within state-owned fishing port and Fishing Community New Deal 300 project to implement infrastructure with small-scale ports. Specialized port development, which is aimed to promote fishing community economy, is recruited to local government not only fishery support base, but also marine tourism, landscape enhancement, and creation of added value by fishery distribution and processing. Recruit among the local government was well applied to keep competition and to discover creative ideas. Specialized fishing port development divided into multifunction port, beauty port, enhanced utility port, and small marina. Now, 47 specialized ports are reached to almost completed stage. It can be summarized the change of fishing port function against to shrinking fishery industry in Korea. MOF, designated marine tourism district within state-owned fishing port to promote regional economy through fishing port development and to attract private investments such as hotel, marina, shopping center, and so on. Especially through the proceeding amendment of Fishing Community and Port Law, MOF permits sale of fishing port sites and enforce promoting private investor actively. It will be an important issue to prevent conflict with fishermen and to participate in stakeholders with procedure of better process. As I mentioned before, this slide shows you practice of private investment which are running or completed in state-owned fishing port. Policy of fishing port development in MOF move forward by changing of fishing port function and marine tourism. Also, private investor aware of investment attractiveness within state-owned fishery port. Especially fishing port where a high attract to people have invested by private sectors such as hotel, marina, and theme park. MOF is introducing to sanitary issue among the state-owned fishing port. How is the look like you're looking at? Fishing port is always exposed various sanitary problems if it doesn't keep effort due to its fish treatment. MOF is also introducing clean fishing port to supply safe fish to people. It could be infrastructure enhancement, introducing sanitary program, and fishermen's education for fish market. I expect to take a long time to settle down clean fishing port in field. Fishing Community New Deal 300 project is a big project which invests $2,500 million to create a job and source of income. Community-led fishing port development is bottom-up system to participate in fishermen, administration, and specialists. Fishing Community New Deal is linked to high response of fishermen and appear effect through the monitoring and assessment. Related stakeholders such as MOF, local government, and assembly demand to post Fishing Community New Deal. This is the end of part 1. Thank you. From this slide, I would like to introduce you good practice of fishing port development in Korea. The first case is Gukdong Fishing Port in Yeosu. This port plays the most central role of supporting the fishery on the southern coast in Korea. MOF and local government have modernized the fishing market to improve the hygiene and efficiency of handling seafood in Gukdong Fishing Port. Gukdong Fishing Port is invested about $20 million to improve the old fish market, and the local government keep trying to improve the hygiene and safety of seafood. In particular, the fishing market of Gukdong Port has improved the open-close blocking facility and drainage treatment facilities, and is currently serving as a collection center of seafood for about 900 fishing vessels. Maryang Fishing Port was a multifunctional fishing port project in 2004 with a financial investment of $10 million. After completion of fishing port, a weekly market is held on breakwater in the waterfront area, and this port has been created with the center of local economy. The waterfront area in this port is being used as a Saturday concert, a park for various sculpture, and book cafe, which enhance access to cultural service for local residents. Particularly, the waterfront area of Maryang Fishing Port has been transformed into a space for water weekend fishing market, where visitors can buy and taste fresh seafood, and local residents become sellers in the market. The number of people who visit this port is estimated at 1 million annually, and those who visit Maryang Fishing Port not only buy fresh seafood, but also enjoy local culture. The next case is a beach market in local fishing port. Beach markets, such as a flea market, are revitalized in small-scale fishing port, as well as large-scale fishing port, like Maryang Fishing Port. Despite the small-scale fishing port in Hujin and Mulchi Port in Gangwon Province, they are holding beach market on weekend to propose regional economy. Local government create sale space for sellers on fishing port, and sellers display and sell products which product themselves. The operating committee of beach market manages sellers to provide visitors with high quality products and experience. Those beach markets have 20,000 to 50,000 fandom from other cities. Daepo Port has been developed through the private investment. The local government and private firm invest together to develop this port, and the government provides land within fishing port to local government, and private investor as much as the investment cost. The local government sold the land provided to private company, and this firm built and operated a hotel on Marine Tourism District. The role of local government in this case is very significant. Local government actively participated in the fishing port development plan, lead the revitalization of the region by involving private company to build a hotel necessary in Sokcho City. Currently, Daepo Fishing Port is a local tourist attraction that is visited by 1 million people annually and play a central role in the local economy. The Fishermen Welfare Center in Hallin Port is introduced to new police. This case is a welfare policy that improve access to living service for fishing community residents. By establishing a fishermen's complex welfare center, which is operated by Hallin Fishery Cooperative, it operates in a circular economy method in which it provides for mart and seafood sale. Changho Fishing Port, where is famous for visitors, can enjoy ocean leisure sports such as transparent boat and snorkeling in the sea with the shallow depths and beautiful landscape. In addition, this port, which has a gorgeous view, has a marine cable car. The local government built a marine cable car that crossed this port in 2015 so that visitors can enjoy the wonderful scenery from the high place. The number of tourists who experience marine cable car and ocean leisure sports increase every year. And currently about 0.5 million people visit. Nokdong Port is located in the center of the southern coast and is establishing a clean fishing port for the supply of clean and sanitary seafood. In order to supply clean and safe seafood to the public, the Clean Fishing Port is a project to strengthen the hygiene management of the fishing market, which is the starting point of the seafood distribution. This port is introduced by separating the loading and unloading space at the fish market and keeping a low temperature facility inside. This project was invested a total of $5 million, and Nokdong Fishery Cooperative reached $15 million in 2020 through the establishment of the Clean Fishing Port. The maintenance of Clean Fishing Port as well as fishing market require management of water treatment. For safe handling of seafood, a fishing port needs a facility that purify and use seawater, and facility that purify and discharge the used seawater. The government expects that the sanitary and safety effect of seafood would be improved through the management of such a clean fishing port. Fishing Community New Deal 300 project is a currently very hot issue in terms of regional development in Korea. It is integrated development of fishing community and fishing port. Especially the Port of Call improvement project is quite a success to improve the convenience of residents by constantly berthing passenger ships. The Manje Fishing Port is evaluated as a project was assessed approximately $10 million in benefit. Among the 384 islands and poor conditions in fishing port, there are still many kinds of challenges. The government is promoting policies to improve the living convenience of island and local residents through the Fishing Community New Deal 300 project. From now on, I would like to introduce you the new fishing port development strategy. In Korea, leisure boats are rapidly increasing. According to the National Statistical Office, it increased about 14 times from about 2,400 ships in 2007 to 34,000 ships in 2018. To meet this demand, Fishport police need to introduce new functions. Fisherina is a combination of fishery and marina. Fishing ports need facilities for storing and managing leisure boats and new space for recreational boat user. This slide shows you dry stack, which is part of fishing port facility for leisure boat. Will be actualized to provide investment. It will be met the demand of private sector constructing and its maintenance of clubhouse and dry stack. MOF is trying to promote fishing port development, which meet new demands such as marine leisure activities. Some state-owned fishing ports are losing its original function due to fishing ground changes. Especially fishing port in Ireland lost its function by human migration to urban and fishery shrink. MOF is introducing energy independence such as marine floated solar system and aquaculture to promote income in fishing port where lost its function. Lastly, I introduce you carbon zero fishing port in Korea. EU agreed on new climate change law, which is related to net zero. Ministry of Environment released net zero strategy plan by 2050. With regard in net zero strategy plan, MOF is introducing carbon zero fishing port, which is applied to new renewable energy station supporting for electronic and hydrogen fishing vessels. That's all I prepared my presentation today. You look at the policy of fishing port development and good practice in Korea. Fishing port development has changed its function against fishery shrink. I don't think it's much different in your country in terms of fishing port development. I hope for shared growth through the continuously exchange in the future. I really appreciate for your attention. Thank you.